here in Metz at a conference of the Ecological European Federation of the Ecological Society of France and Germany, and that's the best possible audience we can have as a research infrastructure in Europe in order to present ourselves and to show to scientists the services that the European research infrastructure can offer them in order to manage to address the challenge we are facing.
There, the added value of LifeWatch ERIC is that it provides data and services and networks of people, and we are trying to find first and then establish the collaborative zones with the other research infrastructures, those trading zones, in order to make new knowledge, more synthetic knowledge, scientific knowledge, but also to create innovation.
The ENRI community is the community of all research infrastructures in the environmental field in Europe. So we cover research in the atmospheric domain, in the marine and ocean sciences, in the land and in the ecosystem and biodiversity sciences. We are now at the stage that we offer a large knowledge base to the research infrastructures. So we have now collected a big pool of knowledge for technical approaches, but also for training and education.
EMSO is basically a unique eye on deep sea observation. EMSO can provide thousands and thousands of data related to essential ocean variables, essential climate variables, so to really understand how what's happening in deep sea might affect also other part of the Earth system, and of course might affect society and have an impact not only from a scientific point of view but also from a societal point of view.
Our motto is make river-sea systems work. Danubius RI, which stands for the International Center for Advanced Science on River-Sea Systems, has the name Danubius RI, but it's not about the Danube. The idea, the scientific idea, started to grow in the Danube Delta Black Sea system as a Romanian initiative, but it quickly became an international, pan-European idea, concept.
IGOS is the Integrated Carbon Observation System. We have a network of stations that are operating not only in Europe, where we take measurements, and then these measurements are sent near real time to the thematic centers that are the center that coordinate each of the components. We cover a large range of ecosystems from mires and wetland to cropland, grassland, forest, different type of forest. And it's clear that from a more biodiversity point of view, what we look is more this functional response of ecosystems.
ELTA is an integrated research infrastructure for three main communities: ecosystem research, critical zone research, and socio-ecological research. We cover terrestrial, freshwater, and transitional water sites across Europe, and the ambition is to cover the European environmental and socio-ecological gradients. We want to explain ecosystem functioning from a holistic perspective. ELTA will establish a service portal through which all the services are accessible.
Ecological ERI is the joint European research infrastructures for coastal observations. So the main services that are provided by the joint European research infrastructures for coastal observation is dedicated to help the scientists and various stakeholders in order to have some fair data dedicated to the coastal borders, to the coastal domain in Europe.
DISCO stands for the Distributed System of Scientific Collections, so there's DISCO with double S and not single S. And that's a consortium of 170 natural history museums throughout 23 countries in Europe. And we are harmonizing and making all this data, which consists of 1.5 billion objects, digitally available through a central portal. So there will be a one-stop shop to all the natural science collections in Europe.
The symposium on the research infrastructure in Metz has contributed to give some clear message to the scientific community. The first one is that actually we are working for the scientific community. The second is that they can access all our services, both in situ visiting the research site and visiting the branches of the research infrastructure and working in the laboratories of the research infrastructure, and virtually, as in LifeWatch. So having their own My LifeWatch dashboard on their computer and entering our virtual laboratory, virtual services.